Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today watching Lost. This is the 6th episode of the 6th season. Hopefully guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. Speak about links in the description. We are running our most liked characters of the entire franchise. 3 votes are allowed and your results of mine will be shown in the final episode. If you'd like to vote for the next show after Lost, that is also available. 3 votes are allowed as well, and that's going to be uploaded daily on the Patreon and 5 days a week on the YouTube. So last episode we followed Jack. It seems to be like we're following people, you know, back to like season 1 where we got the backstory and obviously the present. Now we're getting the alternate world and obviously the present. We've had a Locke one, and now obviously we're getting a Jack one. And he was told by Hurley that they had to go on this mission that Jacob obviously wanted them to do. Now Jacob did actually speak to Hurley, and he was saying that somebody is going to be coming to the island. Now he needed to take Jack. It was imperative that it was just them two, and they had a task for them. So they had to go, and he ended up finding this lighthouse. Now what's interesting is inside of this lighthouse, Jacob didn't actually turn up when Jack obviously expected him to be there, and so did Hurley. Now they was confused and they didn't really know what was going on, but here they seen the panes of glass, and as they was turning like this crank, basically the glass was moving, it was rotating around, and different visions that Jack was seeing in the mirrors. Now we noticed that everybody's names was kind of carved out on the bottom, and obviously he moved around to Shepherd. Now, interestingly, this mirror ended up presenting a picture of Jack's old house. I think it was from when he was a child. And Jack obviously got angry and he was fuming, saying that he's been basically watched ever since he was a kid. Now, we know that obviously he was selected by Jacob. Don't know why, but we did see the backstory on how he actually kind of like touched him when he was in the hospital, when he gave him the candy bar that was obviously stuck in the machine. Now, Jack, we know he's a reactionary person. He's obviously had this conversation we saw you before when he was obviously trying to strategize and be obviously cool, calm and collected and plan it out. Where we've seen Jack when he was kind of leading everybody, he was quick to react and he was fast here because obviously he wanted answers here and now, and Jacob wasn't around to obviously give it. He ended up smashing all the facilities, you know what I mean? He broke all of the glass and then obviously went outside, stormed out and sat there panning out into the ocean. Now, interestingly, this is where Jacob did turn up, and obviously Hurley was like, yo, where have you been, mate? You know what I mean? Jack, smash your thing. Nobody's going to come to the island now. We can't signal him with the lighthouse. And Jacob's turned around and said, look, mate, you know, people do things in different ways. All you need is a tap on the shoulder and a bit of reassurance to go back to the island. Other people, they need to see stuff, they need to smash a bit of glass, they need to sit down and look out and pan into the ocean. And basically he was referencing every person has a different way of how they see things, what they need to do. And obviously Jack sitting there looking out and thinking and venturing is going to obviously give him the answers that he needs. Now, maybe Jack's a person that he's chose to maybe succeed him onto the island. Who knows? It's going to be interesting to see. Another thing that I thought was interesting is we did actually get Claire back into the story, and we learned that she is the person that was also infected. You know, when SAYID was infected, basically that's what they said. Somebody else, have seen it as well. Well, it was in Claire. 3 years she's been on her own on the island. Now she's had a friend. Who's this friend? We'll get to it. But she captured obviously Jin. But she was helping him because she's his friend. She was stitching him up. But also she captured one of the guys, obviously, from the other's camp. Now, she pulled him in. She was questioning him about Aaron. He said that he didn't know who he was. You know, he never took the baby. And she ended up killing him. Just swiped him, hit him with an axe. Now, before that actually happened, Jin turned around and told her that Claire took the baby. You know what I mean? He said that she's been looking after him. And then, obviously, she turned around and asked to Jin, why did you say that? Now, Jin said, I was lying. I was trying to save that guy's life. But the others do have him. He's in their camp. And I feel like he said that because he's now trying to save his own ass. You know what I mean? You're seeing that Claire's gone a bit crazy. You know what I mean? And she's gone a bit looper. And he said it. Well, he was telling the truth, but now he's saying it because he's thinking, if she thinks the baby's in that camp, then I'm actually going to be okay. She's not going to kill me. She thinks I'm the only one that can give her access to what she actually needs. An interesting thing is Claire turned around and said, oh, mate, I'm so happy that you was lying, because if it is true that Kate did take Aaron, then I'm going to have to kill her. And Claire's acting was actually really interesting. And like I said, at the end of the episode, we found out who her friend has been on the island, and it is indeed Locke. Yes, the monster himself. Both of them coming in, uniting together. So it's going to be interesting to see how she progresses. Really good acting. I like her character change and switch up, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Keep the change. Hello, Nadia.
You're here. Where were you, Uncle Sayid?
I was in Sydney.
Bring flowers from my wife.
Give them to you if you want.
It's good to see you, Sayid.
They've missed you.
We're lucky he even showed up.
Omar's just opened up a new store.
Congratulations.
Did you get my letters?
Yes.
You never wrote back?
Found a picture of you in Uncle Sayid's bag.
I want some answers. Let's start with that machine. You stuck needles in me.
For every man, there is a scale. On one side of the scale, there is good. On the other side, evil. And yours tipped the wrong way.
You think you know me, but you don't. I'm a good man.
Go. Never come back.
Don't really know what just happened with that baseball. Why did it make him stop? But I tell you what, the show needs more fighting.
Why does it have to be me? And you could send Sawyer or Jin.
If I could do it myself, I wouldn't be asking you, Claire.
Can he not cross the boundary?
You're gonna hurt them.
Only the ones who won't listen.
That's what it looks like to me anyway, that he can't cross the ash. But I wonder why he's just let Sayid go. That was interesting. And Claire's just walked back now. I wonder if they're going to attack her.
Sayid, I'm in trouble. I borrowed money to open the second store. I paid the loan back, but the man who lent me this money, he says I still owe him interest every month. I need you to convince these people to leave me alone. Our life savings, it's all gone, Sayid, all of it.
I'm not that man anymore.
You know what I don't understand about that bit that he just said there? He said that he borrowed money, but not from the bank, so from a person. So say like, I don't know, a bad person, you know what I mean? But he said that he paid it back in full. But the guy wants interest for till he has his store. But how can you have interest on money that you don't owe? Does that make sense? If you borrowed 100 grand, then you'd have interest on it, you know. If it's 5%, you know, it's 5% on 100. If you borrowed technically no money, if I borrowed 100 grand and paid you the 100 grand back, there's no interest on nothing. So how much does he actually owe? Didn't really make sense to me, that. I mean, I understand what he's saying, but it just doesn't. Looks like we're getting a SAYID episode though, which is decent, you know what I mean? And hopefully he does go and talk to these people, because that's what we like to see. But who do we reckon it is? Do you know what I mean? Do you reckon it's somebody that we've seen before?
What are you doing?
I'm leaving. Apparently, I'm evil. These people say I'm better off dead, which is surprising, considering they were the ones who saved my life.
Trust me, when you sat up, they were just as surprised as the rest of us. So whatever brought you back, it wasn't them.
He wants to see you.
何のことかわからんと言う。
Speak English.
If he wants to see me, then tell him to come in.
No, he wants you to go to him.
He'll kill me.
And maybe you should send someone he won't kill.
Come with me.
I thought you wanted me to leave.
You're going to be the one that's talks to the man in black now, or whatever he's called, the monster.
Things have changed. She's a confused girl, under the influence of an angry man. For years, he has been trapped. But now, Jacob is gone. He's free.
And you want me to speak to him?
I want you to kill him. He will come to you as someone you know. Someone who has died. Plunge this deep into his chest.
Why would I ever do anything for you?
You said that there is still good in your soul. Then prove it.
The thing is, you know, he was saying there, if he gets a chance to speak, it's too late. Does he mean that's because he's easily or will manipulate you? Do you know what I mean? Like, he'll say something that you really want. Like, he got Sawyer, didn't it? Because basically he was saying, do you want to get off this island? I'll take you off it. You know what I mean? Do you want to search for the answers to know that why you're actually here? Don't worry, I'll give it to you. You know what I mean? He's come to him in a time of kind of desperate need and fed him what he needs to. And now obviously, you know, Sawyer's on his side. Why wouldn't he be? He's getting what he wants, technically. That's what he believes. Now, he actually knows Locke died, didn't he? You know what I mean? Like, Sayid was off the island. He knows that he passed away. And now, like he said, he'll appear as somebody that's already died. As soon as you see him, before he speaks, just stab him with this. When he does see Locke, he should kill him. But he's not going to, is it? Let's be honest, he's not going to. I know he's going to get manipulated and try to be spun on his side.
We like it when you're here. Yeah, and Mommy likes it too.
Taking him into surgery now. He suffered a punctured lung and some internal bleeding.
Stay here with Omar.
This wasn't a mugging, was it? Whatever you're thinking of doing, don't do it. Go home. Wait for the kids.
He'll go home, but he'll make a pit stop first. Mate, Kate's finding everyone.
Sayid? Are you leaving?
I'm not exactly sure.
I thought about going after him too, but I knew he'd just end up berating me until I turned around and came back. Welcome back to the circus.
What's going on in here?
That Australian chick's back. Strolled in here a couple of hours ago, acting all weird. Still hot though.
Where is she?
In it, she was searching for her, but if she tells her she took Aaron, she'll try and kill her.
Hello, Sayid.
Oh, he did. He stabbed him straight away. Didn't even hesitate. Well, that was good from Sayid. He actually done it.
Go and do that.
That was good from Sayid. I like it.
You want him back?
I'll let you off this once.
Take it, I won't bite. Dogan, the man who sent you out here knew that you had no chance of killing me, and he believed that I would kill you if you tried.
And what is it you are trying to talk me into?
Sorry?
You haven't killed me.
What if I told you that you could have anything you wanted? If I said you could have anything in the entire world?
I would tell you that the only thing I ever wanted died in my arms, and I'll never see it again.
What if you could?
I tell you what, that was actually really good. You know what I mean? Basically, he said if you speak to him, it's already over. But the quick thing is, yeah, Sayid was boom, Locke was there, stab. You know what I mean? The guy didn't even think twice. He just seen him, knew it, tried to kill him. Then he's twisted it and he was like, look, mate, you know, that guy knew you had no chance of killing me. And he hoped that I would kill you when you tried to attack me. And then when you think about it, it's actually true, innit? Because, you know, he has before tried to get somebody else to kill him, taking the poison. The second time here, it would make sense, knowing that he doesn't have a chance against him, and it's another way of just getting him eliminated. You know, get somebody else to do your dirty work for you. That's basically it, innit? And now you think about it, it's like, that's really clever, actually. And then you're trying to think about what's going on. And Sayid obviously knows the situation. He's like, look, if he tried to use me, then you're most definitely trying to use me. Do you know what I mean? Just spit it out. I'm alive. I tried to kill you. You didn't retaliate. You give me the knife back. You want me to do something. What is it? You know what I mean? And basically, he obviously wants him to, well, I actually don't even know. What did he say? He wants him to deliver a message. Claire wasn't the right person to do it. It mean more coming from Sayid. So it's pretty exciting, to be honest. I thought maybe Sayid was consumed a little bit by this monster, but I don't know yet. He told him that he could technically have Nadia back. Maybe he's just a person that gives people their desires. You know what I mean? Like Lucifer says, what is it you truly desire? You know, Toys was to get off the island, Sayid's to get Nadia back. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is. He might have all this time promised Claire that he'd get her baby back. We don't know, but that was interesting, and it kind of fits really well with what happens, and it does kind of make sense sending him out there to get killed, because that's what they tried to do themselves, and if they was unsuccessful, he was hoping that this way would have been.
We had an unfortunate incident involving a boomerang.
He is still recovering from surgery, but he's awake now. Why didn't you want to be with me? You carry my picture around with you, Sayid. Why did you push me towards your brother?
For the last 12 years, I've been trying to wash my hands of all the horrible things I've done. I can't be with you because I don't deserve you.
He's going to be shocked that he's still here, look.
What happened?
There is a man in the jungle. He sent me back here to give you a message. He wants you to know that Jacob is dead. The man that I met is leaving the island forever. Those of you who want to go with him should leave the temple and join him. You have until sundown to decide.
What happens at sundown if we stay?
You die.
Where is Claire?
Tell me what I need to know before I
Said, where is Claire?
You should let go of me, okay? You got 2 minutes.
Claire, it's me. Did they capture you too?
No.
They have my son, Kate. They have Aaron. They took him from me.
No. They don't have Aaron.
I took him. You were gone, and we couldn't find you. I raised him. But I came back here to rescue you so that you could be with him. I'm not the one that needs to be rescued, Kate.
No, wait. No, wait.
He's coming and they can't stop him.
She just looks crazy, doesn't she? I mean, she was told technically that Kate, well, at least Kate said that she wanted to get Claire so that she could be reunited with Aaron, i.e. confirming that she had no intentions of ever completely separating them. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of the only benefit probably Claire could take out of that.
Our people are leaving.
I was asked to deliver a message. What your people do now, it's up to them.
How do you know he's not baiting you, though? Do you know what I mean?
This is a bluff.
One minute you're banished, the next you're telling everyone they're gonna die.
That's the sum of it.
So are we getting out of here or what?
Not yet.
Going to pick up the kids? Why don't you get in the car? بدنا ناخد الأطفال من المدرسة.
Hey, you want some eggs?
That's key, man.
Fried, scrambled. You forgot that poacher. What's the poacher? You want poached? I make good eggs. So?
Sayid, how's your brother doing? His brother got mugged right out front of his own store. It was just terrible. Some money for me, and just like anybody who borrows money or has to make payments.
My brother told me he's paid you everything he owes, but that you still want more.
Sayid, that's a lie. He's gonna pay me that money.
Did you put my brother in the hospital?
I didn't do that. Yeah, it's a dangerous world, Sayid, and you know that because you're from Iraq. Okay, it's done. Your brother doesn't owe me anything. The debt's forgiven, all right? Forget about it.
I can't.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, he said that he didn't attack his brother, so it could have been somebody else. I would have had to question him. Oh, it's Jin. Jack and Jin delivered the message. He was the one that beat his brother up. Now, Kime is so annoying. He actually is, mate. He pecks Ed so much. Then, though, it's interesting, that situation, because in the flick of a switch, just like that, do you know what I mean? He went from being in a position of weakness to a position of power side, do you know what I mean? Kime was so confident, so cocky, and then he went into a retreat, okay, the deal, do you know what I mean? He doesn't owe me any money. Now, the interesting thing is, it goes back to what I was saying before, do you know what I mean? When Sayid's brother said to him, he said, look, I borrowed money, and then I paid it back. But this guy, he wants interest. And I literally said earlier on in the episode, that part makes no sense to me. Because if you borrowed 100 grand and you didn't pay it off and you got interest, that makes sense. But if you paid it off, no balance, you got interest on nothing, how does that work? Now, Kimi's just turned around and said, he never paid it all off. And I wasn't the one that actually beat him up. Maybe, you know, if you think about it, you might actually be telling the truth. Because if somebody owes you money, well, yeah, you'd beat him up, but you won't beat him up to the point where they're in hospital potentially going to die, because then there's a chance you don't get it. Usually you send a message, break an arm, break a leg or something like that, do you know what I mean? Next time I come, you better have it. You don't put them in intensive care, do you know what I mean? Potentially life-threatening. So somebody else could have done it. It could have been Jin, do you know what I mean? I actually have no idea. I actually do believe Kime, crazily, in that segment there, that he wasn't the one that put him away, but, you know, it's just mad how something can change just like that. He's looking at that ball again. Must have had something, must be a reference to it.
I stabbed him in the chest like you told me to. Then I let him talk to me. That's twice you've tried to have someone else kill me. You had the opportunity to do it yourself.
I was a businessman once. Every Friday, I picked my son up from baseball. He was 12. The accident was very bad. I survived, but my son, in the hospital, a man came to me. He could save my son's life. But I will have to come here, to this island, where I would have a new job. His name was Jacob.
Jacob drives a hard bargain.
I take it he offered you a similar bargain.
That happened really quick, didn't it? That was unexpected, that. I suppose if it catches you off guard like that, you'd be able to get you.
You realize what you just did? He was the only thing keeping it out.
So he's going on a mad one. Do you know what? I hope that he keeps his word. Everybody that left, I hope they stay okay. Do you know what I mean? I'll be happy with that.
Run! This way!
Ain't knows a secret passage, don't you? How to get out.
Shepard and Reyes and Ford.
Where the hell are you?
Just answer the question.
Gone. Everyone's gone. I'm the only one left.
What about Jarrah? Is he here?
Yeah, he was headed to the pool room.
I'll go get him.
All right, the rest of you with me. Come on.
Claire, we gotta go. You gotta get out of there.
It'll be much safer here.
Sayid?
You don't want to go.
There's still time. Not for me.
Look at him. He looks different, though. Gotta say, fair play, good acting. He does look different.
Your husband, he took off yesterday.
Jin was here? He's alive?
Last I saw him, yeah. Got a plan, or are you gonna keep staring at the wall?
Yes, I have a plan.
I'm assuming that lot don't know that that's actually there. So they are all alive. Is that the first time she's seen him? He looks confused. He looks possessed. I mean, that's interesting. I do like the actual chaos, though. We're getting a lot of action. You know, today there was a lot of fighting, a lot of killing, a lot of craziness going on. You know, we didn't see Jack and obviously Hurley return, so they're probably going to come back here to see the masses dead. You know what I mean? Pretty much everyone. Now, I do like people who kind of stick to the words, you know. Every show that I've ever watched, I love it when somebody says they're going to do something and they do it or attempt it. You know what I mean? If somebody says, look, mate, I'm going to give you till tonight, yeah, midnight. If you don't do this, I'm going to come in and I'm going to kill you. Now, if they go in and attempt to kill them and get killed themselves, fair play. If they go in and kill them, again, fair play. But what I like is when people say they're going to do something and they try it, he blatantly come in, he was like, look, you know, you got two choices. You either stay here and I'm going to come and kill you all, or you actually come and join me and you'll survive. You know what I mean? Some people left, some people stayed. The ones that stayed, they was all murdered. You know what I mean? He come in, absolutely, just ploughed through them all. And everybody who seemed to have left at the time, I seem to be alive right now and gone with him. So, like, you got to say fair play. I love people who stick to the word, you know. It would annoy me if he said, you know, you could have left the camp and joined me, and then he's gone and killed all them and turned around and killed everybody else. Because these people consistently say that he wants to just bring death to everybody, you know. Not just us, to every single person on the island. Yeah, so far, we actually haven't witnessed that. We've seen that he wanted to take down Jacob and take down these people. Maybe it's the people that hate him the most who's been hiding from him. I'm not too sure. Maybe his true intention is to take everybody out. Make people believe that he's on their side and then they're easy targets to go at. Do you know what I mean? Catch them when the guard is down, pretty much. You know what I mean? The way SAYID did and drown that person. You know what I mean? Earlier on in the episode when he was both ready and fighting, he got the upper hand on SAYID, and obviously he didn't kill him. He seen the baseball from his son, you know what I mean? Maybe something flickered in him and he left him. He gave him a chance to leave, but like I said, it was an equal playing field and he got the upper hand. Now, when SAYID come back and he caught him when his guard was down, it was easy to just grab him, throw him in the water and drown him because he didn't expect it, you know what I mean? So SAYID had the upper hand, so it was really interesting. But like I said, Claire's looking crazy. She actually is. She's sounding it as well, sitting there talking to the wall herself. And SAYID actually now looks possessed. And I swear down, right, when SAYID first woke up, I'm still going to say it, I thought he sounded completely different to me. I actually thought he sounded English. I did. And then the episode that preceded after it, when he come back, he was speaking like SAYID again. But I'm still saying he's possessed by some English person. I don't know whether it's... I don't know whether it's Eloise or whether it's whatever he's called, Widmore, but he's somebody else, mate. He's not SAYID Jarrah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe Claire's somebody else as well. But she's actually learned today that Jin was kind of telling the truth. That that Kate actually took the baby, but then he's not there to get the punishment. You know, what's actually happened to him? Sun's turned up, he's not actually there. You know, last episode we seen him kind of getting his wounds healed at the end when Locke come in, but then we're not seeing him proceed in today's episode when we're seeing both of them. So is he still at that camp? Who knows? It's interesting though. They're getting closer together, Jin and Sun, though, aren't they? They're getting closer together. Hey, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you're not yet voted for your most liked characters of the whole entire franchise, please do take 30 seconds and your results of mine will be shown aggregated top 3 in the final episode. Now today, again, it was all about SAYID. Now, I'm trying to figure out, right, how these alternate universe kind of storylines have a connection to the present, because surely they got to, you know what I mean? We're not going to introduce in the final season some other storyline that has no correlation to the current one that's kind of running. That's what I'm thinking anyway. You know, I am liking him. It's interesting seeing the different perspective and obviously how people was living. Do you know what I mean? In this one, SAYID was still a Republican guard, but instead of going out and being a hitman and killing everybody for Ben, you know what I mean? He's kind of killed somebody, Kiime, actually, who was just as annoying in this episode as he was in the season that he was in. you know, and getting revenge basically on somebody attacking his brother. Basically, his brother took out a loan to pay for a second business. He borrowed it off Kime, told Sayid that he paid it back, and Kime still wanted interest. But then when Kime's taken him, he said that he hasn't paid it back, and I'm not the one that's actually, you know, attacked him. And then obviously Sayid's kind of like quickly grabbed it, shot one guy, the other guy shot the other mate, and then Sayid's killed Kime. Then obviously he's heard a bit of noise, what's going on? He's gone open and he's seen Jin sat there tied up. Now obviously Jin can't speak English in this timeline, and it makes you wonder, do you know what I mean? Is he doing business for Sun's dad? Who knows, you know what I mean? But like, surely somehow this storyline is tying together with what is going on into the island, or a previous one, you know. I think we need a little bit more that's going to play out before we can try and start making the connections. But here on the island, it is progressively starting to eat him up, the darkness inside of Sayid, you know what I mean? It seemed like he was okay the last few episodes, but now he's obviously gone and spoken to Locke. He's actually been told something. He's been, you know, kind of given an incentive of getting something that he always truly desires. Basically, it looks like, you know, Locke's kind of promised him to see Nadia again, you know what I mean? He said that the thing that he wants the most in the world died in his arms, and he said, well, I can rectify that, do you know what I mean? Kind of like that guy was just saying that his son died, and basically Jacob come and give him a proposal. He'll make him better, you know what I mean? He could be alive, but you'd have to come to this island. You'll never have to see him again, but you'll know that you've done a good deed to keep him alive. And, you know, he'd done that sacrifice, and it looks like Sayid's doing this one. And you know what? I got respect Sayid, because he was told to go over before he even speaks to him. Do you know what I mean? If you see somebody that's dead, that's someone from his past, he's going to be the person that tries to infiltrate him. And as soon as he seen Locke, it was stab, you know what I mean? And he didn't die, and now it makes you wonder, how can he actually die? Because we've seen him get shot off the people that went into the fort. Do you know what I mean? He did get hit by a couple of bullets and no impact on him. He has been stabbed now and no impact on him. He can change into this monster at will, move around the forest, kill people. You know what I mean? Like, I actually don't know the weakness that Locke currently has. And he's also recruiting his army. You know what I mean? He got Sawyer last episode. He's got Sayid now. He's got, obviously, Claire. You know, all these people are kind of left the temple and are on his side. I don't know truly what his end goal is. I mean, he says that he's to get off the island. And he says that he wants the one thing that Locke never wanted, which is, obviously, to leave. But how has he got into this position that he is? You know, what is his true desire? You know what I mean? With everybody. Is it to kill everybody and just flee himself? I don't know. It's really interesting. You know, Locke's having a pretty good season, if I'm being totally honest. His acting's really good. I'm liking how Claire looks crazy as well. And I'm liking how Sayid is looking crazy in today's episode. Now, Claire don't really know what's going on. I mean, I keep saying Claire every time I talk about Kate, but Kate doesn't really understand what's going on. You can see in her face that she was confused. You know, she was speaking to Claire, telling about the baby, and then obviously Claire was saying, you know, basically she didn't want to get off the island, but I think she said that anyway or something. And then obviously, you know, you seen her saying that it was more safer down here, like she knew that the monster wasn't going to get her. And then obviously they've gone outside and she's seen her reunite with the dead Locke, because she knows that he's dead. So she has no idea what's going on. And, you know, I wonder if she's going to be questioning it in the future episodes. It's going to be really interesting to see. But thanks for checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.